I think this talent question is very insightful. What you have in most emerging economies is either uneducated, illiterate population, or you have a handful of very educated people who are the brain trust of the nation. They'll go abroad to study in their graduate programs, do their PhDs, and come back as scientists, bureaucrats, whatever they do. What the emerging economies need more is somewhere in the middle. What you need is an enormous skilled labor, as we call it, as opposed to unskilled labor. And you need to do that thing by giving them proper training and certification. So what we used to call in many in earlier days vocational technical training. Vocational technical training is probably the biggest need and a shortage of talent in all emerging economies. Plumbers, electricians, nurses are a little more than that, but physician assistants, people like that are very, very important. It's a skilled labor, but the nation has never invested into those. So that's, to me, is the biggest need and a requirement in emerging economies. Those are the kinds of jobs where is going to be almost a permanent shortage. Neither the government bureaus nor universities or vocational technical colleges or what we call community colleges are enough in supply to produce more graduates. So often what happens is start of private enterprises. Just to give you the size of this one, there is one institution in India called NIIT, National Institutes of Information Technology. They simply open up shops for people to get computer literate. The demand for IT professionals was rising so much as a global resource, and they must have trained easily about 1 million people so far, easily. I'm underestimating, I'm sure. So that is the power, that we need probably more private sector with proper rules, regulations to expand the capacity to convert or really actually mold unskilled labor into skilled labor. There's a second area of talent that's equally important, and that is what we need in emerging economies is not the top management, but the middle managers. Middle managers always seems to be in a shortage. So you have a lot of people at the bottom of the pyramid in the workplace, basically unskilled laborers, and you have a few handful of senior executives, but somewhere in the middle, managerial rank is equally important. I feel that if you take a grain of wheat and make it into a loaf of bread, the value addition or value add is about 5 times. Raw material is about 20% of the retail price. If you take a rough diamond and polish it, a good diamond cutter can create a brilliant diamond whose market value would be about, let's say, 20 times. But if you take a human being, which is talent in the rough, and polish that talent with mentoring, educating, investing in that talent, the value add is infinite. And that's what this emerging economy has the largest pool of people who could be molded and shaped how to be good to their own family, good to themselves, good to the nation, and good to the world. And that's what we think emerging economies will contribute back to the society.